Hello my friend and welcome back. My name is Hana and today I think you would have seen, gosh, I don't know what week of school I'm at anymore. I would have to go back and count. I want to say it's week 8, I think technically, or I'm coming in to week 8. This is week 7. I don't know. Anyway, so this is an update about school. So if you're curious about what I'm wearing on my face, what I mentioned in today's video, and what I'm doing in other pockets of the internet, I always have the links in the description box down below, so don't forget to check them out. None of my links are sponsored or affiliated, and I do not copy and paste anybody else's sponsored or affiliated links. So if you do decide to shop my links, you are shopping clean links. But let's get into it. First things, I got a coffee from Taco Bell, and let me just talk about it and just get it out of my system. I got it without creamer or sweetener or anything because I just added the creamer that I had at home, and it's not bad, and it was only a couple dollars. So there's that. It only comes in this one size, so there's also that. But getting into school, so I officially have taken all of my assessments and my quizzes. My eyebrow, I missed 1 point on my eyebrow assessment because I didn't say to cleanse and powder the skin. Though my teacher had always said that like powdering was like always optional. That is very rare if it happens, because people don't really get like sweaty up here in the way that they would get sweaty in their armpits and things like that when hair starts to get removed, or have moisture, because even when you get like your mustache waxed or your upper lip waxed, you could cause your nose to like start running because it's pulling on those nerves close to those areas. And like on your forehead, right, there's not like, people can get sweaty foreheads, but it's just 4 strips altogether. Anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. I only got like 1 point taken off. So that's not that bad. As I'm filming this, I believe next week, so the week that you're watching this, I will have my final at some point in that day. And that's pretty much it for this like module, and then I will go on to makeup. So then I have a few more weeks left in this module, and it's just kind of like doing facials in class. There's not really that much theory anymore, or we should be done with theory. And it's just making sure that, you know, all of the, all of the things that we have been going over, we are still like practicing and going over, because then we have our final. And then once we're done with our final, we're done with any kind of testing. And I've noticed that like it's kind of changed everybody's attitude in class, that now that we're done with our quizzes and our practicals, a lot of the students are just kind of like, well, if I don't have to know how to do this, and if I'm not getting tested on it, like I don't care to learn it. And we had been doing bikini waxing for this week, and here's my thing. I understand that it can make someone uncomfortable to see such a vulnerable part of someone's body, but from a professional standpoint, like that's the service that you're providing. And it's not like I live in a very, like, I don't live in the Hollywood Hills section of Southern California. I live in a very like low income section of Southern California. So if women are going in to get any services done, it's going to be the hair removal, because they're not going to pay, you know, the money for facials when they're like, oh, I can just wash my own face, I can do my own facials. Especially when you have places like Ulta and Sephora that sell facial products that you can do at home. And I understand that, like, you know, they sell hair removal products, but I think it is very well understood that like sometimes it's just better to pay for the convenience of having somebody else do it, and like whatever products that they're going to use for that service, than to try and use like a Nair hair removal kind of thing. So there's that. And I don't know, I was getting annoyed that like a lot of my classmates were very much like, I don't even care to watch the demonstration, I don't care to learn anything about this, because when we get into advanced skin, we do, even though we're nighttime classes, if a client does schedule a service, we do have to take them in and provide the service on them. And like I said, a lot of the time it's going to be people who want hair removal. They're not really coming in for the facials. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. To me, it's just screaming like you're gonna hurt someone because you're not bothering to like learn the information. And then like, what are you spending your money on if you're not here to like learn and obtain as much knowledge as you can in this field, in the industry? But then again, not my business, not my money, just let it go. I just find it annoying. I just find it very, very annoying. But other than that, we're kind of wrapping it up. We have a new daytime dean at our school, and I love my teacher. She's very interesting. She has to be like mid to late 50s, and she kind of reminds me of me and her, like very. She's not very Johnny Silverhand, but I think she would like Johnny Silverhand's character, if that makes any sense. And she says things like, you know, I don't understand the point in having me clock in and out for my shift because I'm here and I'm doing the work. Like, why do we have to clock in? And I get it. As someone who works in a school district that doesn't have to clock in, like, the clocking in system is very weird. But then as someone who also worked on the corporate level for many, many years, I also understand why they make you clock in. So it's just one of those things. But she was talking about, I don't know, she was getting so annoyed with, or like, how do I explain this? It was like she was projecting like her annoyance onto us rather than like her workspace. And because she would say some like passive aggressive things of like, oh, you know, we're not a school, we're an academy, or that's like the privilege that our new dean has. And I laugh because like it's just a trade school, so you can get your hours, so you can take your state test. I'm not even taking my state test like at my school. My tuition and everything doesn't even go into the test. I have to pay separate for that. I have to organize all of that on my own. My school doesn't really help me with that. And beyond like telling me this is where you can go to do that and this is who you contact, like this is how you set it up online, if I even get that. And I don't know, I think we're all just kind of feeling burnt out now, and like we're kind of like done with this level. And the more we're coming to the beginning of August, end of July, and I have to keep going to school until February. And I can just feel how long this process is taking me. Even though, you know, like 8 months isn't like that long of a time period, it weighs on me. And like I can feel myself, like, you know, my diet has been absolutely terrible. My sleep has been absolutely terrible. I leave for work at like 6 in the morning, and then I'm off at 3:30. I'm home for maybe 5-6 minutes. You know, like I'm really not even home for 10 minutes because I have to get on the road and then like commute to work or commute to school, and then I'm at school until 9:30, and then I'm getting home, you know, at like 10:15, and it's just long. It's just long. I think I have been surviving off of 2 bean and cheese burritos at Del Taco. I don't want to know what my insides look like because I know that it's not good. It's not good. I'm surprised that my skin even looks as good as it does, but I honestly think it's because I force myself to drink water at work, because like they also don't give us water at school. Like there's like the one drinking fountain, but it is like it's a public drinking fountain, and it looks so dated and so old, and like it doesn't get cleaned. So like there's no way in hell I'm going to be drinking that water, because that probably would just age me so quickly. But it doesn't help that I'm drinking this either, but we won't go there. Let me live. But I don't know. That's it for like this week, this upcoming week. Like I said, I will have my final and then I'm pretty much done. She wants to do like a food final project where we bring in ingredients to make a face mask. I kind of wish that we did the lash perming instead. Like, I don't want to do, like, I don't, here's my thing. I don't care about the facials all that much. Especially because people are gonna do their own like clay masks and things at home. I'm very interested to learn about, like, you know, the facials that use like the microdermabrasion machine or the light masks or the paraffin masks. But I don't really care to do like the cleanse exfoliate like mask, and then like I don't care. I don't care to do that, because to me that's just, it's like doing simple arithmetic over and over and over. And I get it, like you have to keep doing it to master your craft and get your skill and your ability. If we have the time to take on something new, why are we doing a food thing? Because also it's not like if you go and work, I think that's the other thing. I think a lot of these girls in my class think that they're just gonna get their own personal salon, and that's what they're gonna do after they get their state board. And I don't think that they realize how expensive that is. And a lot of them I know don't vote and don't care about anything that's going on politics wise, because they don't even realize that California had passed like a proposition where like storefronts have to, something about their property tax and how they're paying for property tax. It's so insane, in the amount of like mom and pop owned like restaurants that are closing because they can't even afford the rent on their place. And that's for food. People eat supposedly 3 times a day. People eat every day. This isn't like eating isn't like a vanity thing. So, and again, I live in a poorer part of California. How does that make sense that you're gonna have the money to just go and open your own salon? What do you mean? And that being said, when your state board, you know, they're gonna come and they're gonna check out what you're doing, and it's one thing to like make a mask for yourself and for your friends and experiment amongst like, you know, your girlfriends, but that's not really something that you can do for like a client. Like if I were a client, I'd be like, why am I paying you to squish up some lemons and some watermelon together when I could easily do that at home and then just apply it on my face and lay down? I'm paying you for the convenience of doing that? Okay. All right, I guess. Like, I don't like, and again, maybe because that's not my tax bracket to pay someone for that convenience, but I also know that's not the tax bracket that people have where I live, or that's the kind of service that they're going to be paying for. So the math just isn't mathing for me, where these girls think that like they can't learn certain things, or the things that my teacher wants to cover, like, haha, this is fun. Yeah, it's fun, but how is that useful to anything that I want to do in my career? Just some thoughts that I have when I'm in class and I'm hearing these things, and I have to remind myself, Hana, you're just here to get your hours so you can take your test, take your little notes, and just be quiet. Be quiet. It's okay. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It'll be okay. It's like the dog. Everything's fine, but then the whole house is on fire. But other than that, I don't really have too many other updates about school. I'm very much looking forward to the makeup section. Like I've been saying, I think this whole time, I think I will have a lot more information to share in that capacity. I mean, the only thing I could tell you right now about basic skin is when you're using your face wash, work it in for a couple minutes. You know, like just putting it in your hand and just kind of going like this and then rinsing it off. You're not giving enough time for that product to work in. It's kind of like working with a powder foundation, right? Like you can't just put it on your brush or your puff and then apply it and then it's done. Like you can kind of build it up and get like that smooth airbrush texture the more that you work it in. It takes a little bit longer, and that's why a lot of people, I think, get frustrated with powder products, because it does take a little bit longer. And it's the same with your face wash. So maybe you're not seeing the results that like other people are seeing, because maybe the way that you're using the product isn't accurate. And that's kind of what I've been realizing this entire time. in this bubble. I mean, I've kind of always felt that with makeup because like the new MAC lip balms are like a perfect example. There's so many clips and things coming out of people saying you're using it wrong. It's the same with face wash. And it's also in knowing what products are in your face wash and what you're allergic to. Like the 4-3 Beauty, I've been using their AM to PM gel cleanser because it said that it had lychee in it. The amount of lychee, like it's like at the very bottom of their recipe or their ingredients list, so that means there's not that much in there. And it's very heavy in botanicals, which is just like floral, like I don't know, it's not essence, but it's just like floral ingredients put into the product, and that's why it smells the way that it does. And if you have allergies, you might be allergic, like pollen allergies, you might be allergic to like things that have a lot of like botanicals in them. If you don't like the scent of like floral kind of stuff, that's why you might not like the scent of that, because it's very heavy in botanicals. And so those are just some things to like keep in mind when looking at products. But I mean, other than that, it's just kind of basic wash your face and exfoliate 101. And I don't know, I'm excited to make like my facial video for you guys and show you everything that I've learned in that capacity. And I'm just I don't know, I guess it's like rocket science, but then maybe people just don't think about it, and maybe that's why I'm where I'm at, and people need people like me to just tell them this is how you use this product. I get it, but to me that seems also kind of like silly, because don't people know how to like wash their face? But anyway, that's all I really got. So I'm gonna end the video here. I am gonna film another video real quick about, because I did pick up some things from Sephora. I do have just some like other updates that I want to talk about that isn't really like school related, so I'm gonna put that in a separate video so this one isn't too long. But if you like these update videos, I do try to have them every week. I don't know what happened with my count, but anyway, if you like this video and you would like to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. I do have a playlist of all of my previous weeks. This week you are getting 2-week updates, so you would have already seen the other one yesterday. Now you're getting this one. And what else? Just make sure you check out that playlist, because it'll kind of show that whole progress. And I don't know, I think you'll see like a very like enthusiastic Hana, and then you see me now that's just like, I just have to get through it. My official phrase for this period of my life is C's get degrees, even though I kind of have like all A's right now. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. And I don't know if you're, there's a few other channels that are like going to school for the same thing, or like at least going to get like makeup certificates and things like that. If you are one of those people, let me know in the comments down below, because I would love to check out your channel, see what you're learning. I've been kind of like obsessed with other students like making their content, and it's kind of like, I mean, I get it because you're in school, so it is a lot of like, it's time consuming. But it's surprising to me that there aren't more people kind of documenting that process, because like I'm interested in it as like one student, and I know that I have people who watch my videos who aren't students, and they just are very entertained by this process. So if you are one of those students, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.